kids from Sunday school, we just want to tell you that we really miss seeing you here. It's Miss Michelle here and Miss Laura. So we are going to do some video lessons for you about how God keeps his promises. And we are sending some supplies home to you, the at-home material and the craft material, and we'll show you how to do it, and we hope that you enjoy it. And we can't wait to see you again. Love you. Love you. Okay, lesson 1 of our God Keeps His Promises. We're going to talk about Adam and Eve. Now we know Adam and Eve were formed. They lived in the Garden of Eden and everything was beautiful and perfect until something bad happened. They were supposed to take care of everything, but they had one rule, one tree they weren't allowed to eat from. But Satan came and tempted them, and they actually ate from the tree and got kicked out of the garden. But even though they got kicked out, God promised them that one day from one of their children would come somebody who would defeat Satan in the future. God still loved them, but they couldn't live in the perfect garden anymore. So sometime after they left the garden, they had a little baby boy that they named Cain. And then after that, they had a little brother named Abel. And they thought that was God keeping their promise, his promise that they would have children. Cain and Abel grew up, and Adam and Eve taught them all about God and how God had created them, but unfortunately how they disobeyed God and got kicked out of the garden. So they grew up. Cain became a farmer, and Abel took care of the sheep. And one day they brought their gifts to offer to God. Cain brought some of the food that he had grown, and Abel brought a lamb from his flock. They both gave their offerings, but God knew what was in their heart, and he was only pleased with Abel's offering. He accepted it, but he did not accept Cain's offering. Well, Cain got very, very angry, and unfortunately he did a really bad thing, and he took his brother out and he killed him. And then Cain had to leave. God sent him away, and now Adam and Eve didn't have any kids, even though God had promised them that somebody from their line would defeat Satan. They were very, very sad, but you know what? They trusted God, just like we can trust God. Even if it takes a long time for the promise to come true, we can still trust him. So sometime later, they had another baby boy, and they named him Seth, because God had kept his promise and given them a son. And from the line of Seth, long, long time later, came Jesus eventually. So we have to obey God, and we have to trust his promises and know that God works in his time, not ours. So it doesn't always take place when we think it should, but it will always take place when God says it should. All right, so here's our craft that we're going to do. We need to break it apart first. So remember, on the line, very carefully, we fold it back and forth, maybe 2 times, and then it should come apart very easily. Okay, so once we have all of our pieces, you might need an adult's help with this. We're going to tie a knot at the end. Now adults, if the knot still slips through, you can always tape it on the back just to help it stay. So we have our bottom piece, which is the blue big one. We have our knot. Put it in through the bottom and out through the top. And we slide it down, so that's where it is. And then we do our middle piece in through the bottom, out through the top, and then our top piece. There we go. And then we're just going to make a loop at the top so that you can hang it. And again, you might need an adult to do this part because we need to tie a knot in it. Once it's tied, you can hang it up. Okay, one more thing we have is our memory verse that said God keeps his promises. And we're going to glue the sticker on. Now I sent you a glue stick, so cover the gray square with your glue and put it on. That's a picture of baby Seth. And our memory verse inside says, the Lord is faithful to all his promises. And that's Psalm 145, verse 13. All right, so I also sent you a poster that has all the different lessons on it and some stars. And so after you learn each lesson, you can put a little star so you can help keep track of what you did.